listeners.
Welcome to Toad TV. I am Mary Beth.
I'm Helen.
And we are the creative handsome minds behind Toad Hollow. I am having Sangria Zinger in my blind cup.
And I'm having mango fruit tea from Sipology in my wolf mug.
I went to make my tea this morning and the Sangria Zinger box was empty. I was like, oh, took the last one and didn't realize it. And then I remembered that somebody had sent me a new box. So thank you very much, Jen. Also, I'm pretty sure Sangria Zinger was in the order that we placed when they were doing their sale.
Yeah, probably.
So we have an entire
Crate downstairs.
Well, let's not expand the
Pallet of tea downstairs.
Maybe not quite that much, but we do have some, so we're good. Also, we went to the farmer's market, well, not the farmer's market, the little farm stand that we were talking about yesterday. We went out there and got natural honey.
Yeah.
It's butter bean honey.
It's really
so did
good.
you taste it?
Yeah, no, it's good. My tea is way too strong. I put too much, it's a loose leaf tea, so I put too much in the thing.
Okay.
But the honey is good, yeah.
I actually tasted it straight off the spoon, and if I like it straight off the spoon,
Yeah, because
that's
I'm not
good
a big
honey.
fan of honey.
Yeah, so my tea is just about done because I powered through that this morning. It's been a morning so far. Anyway, so this is Tabitha's ear. She is here on our laps as usual. Yesterday was a fun day as far as videoing. Get halfway through and realize that a huge chunk just... Well, actually,
we filmed the whole thing and then realized editing that it just took out
All
a
of a
piece in the
sudden.
middle. And it's like, okay, whatever. All of a sudden we're talking about something totally different. So apologize for that.
Yes,
But
we're very sorry.
we were, past the point of no return on that one.
Yeah.
So it was either don't put it up or
Put the caveat in there
Right.
and move on.
we will re-answer the questions that got cut out.
Right.
And hopefully everybody is behaving themselves. So.
A lot of editing yesterday.
Yeah. Yesterday was a bit of a curve from the original plan. So.
Right. All right. So, going back to the questions, Margaret said that I had shown my woodland sampler from Just Cross Stitch, and she was wondering about what fabric I was using. And I was saying that I was using Ada from Picture Plus.
Picture this plus.
I knew there was a word in there. Picture This Plus. I'm sorry, I don't know the color, but it's a brown. Okay, and that's the way it's turning out.
Did we
We
buy that
figured-
brown or did somebody give it to us?
We bought this one.
We did. Okay.
We bought this one.
That's something I would never. I mean, you bought that.
Maybe.
I would never pick that color out. It works perfectly for what you're doing it on, but I know you didn't buy it with that particular project in mind.
So this is 18 count Ada, and I love Ada. I tried stitching on linen, and it's not my counting over 2 squares. I get very confused. So I like this to be simple, just in this corner, out that corner, nothing in between. So that's the way that's my preference.
And we were saying yesterday that with the Picture This Plus, when you buy it dyed, it's already been washed and dried, and all the sizing has been taken out of the Ada, so it's softer. It is nowhere near the Ada that you get from Michael's or Joann's as far as hand feel.
Right.
So,
and if you have gotten that kind of Ada and you don't like the stiffness of it, excuse me, the first thing we do is wash it.
yeah.
We wash it and dry it, and we do that before we cut the pieces out, because when you wash and dry it, it will shrink a little bit. Not a lot, but it will shrink a little. So if you have already pre-cut your piece to the size that you want, then do not wash it.
Right. And just know that when you wash it, you're going to take a 16 count and bring it closer to an 18 count with the shrinkage.
So that it's not a lot. It's just
Right.
a little bit, but just keep that in mind. So that is what I used. You can get Picture This Plus on 123 Stitch or on their website, right?
I don't know whether Picture This Plus sells on their website anymore.
Okay.
I don't know whether they just sell to the shops, but you can check. They do have a website. Excuse me, so at the very least, you can see all the colors that they have to offer so you know what to go look for from somebody else.
We also were getting it from Color and Cotton for a little while. We were part
Yeah.
of their Fabric of the Month thing. We discontinued that because we just weren't starting enough projects
Right.
to do it. But they have gorgeous colors.
Yeah.
So that if you want to be part of a club where they send it to you, you can pick which, 16, 14, 18 count Aida or linens. They have all of them that you can choose from.
And her stuff is beautiful. Her linens are gorgeous.
Yeah, her colors are really, really pretty. So that
And she does much more of a solid dye than the variegated.
right.
So
A Picture This Plus has a lot of variegated. For this kind of thing, I don't like a lot of variegated because I feel that it wars with the stitches. If it's like a full coverage and then you want something around the outer border that's going to be variegated, then a variegated would be pretty. But I think anything that's you're doing
anything where you want
the
stitching
stitches
to be
really
the
show.
star, you just want a solid. I would want a solid.
Or maybe the tea and coffee so that you
Yeah.
grunge it just a little bit, but not the highly variegated.
Yeah.
That's just our personal opinion, or our personal preference. You do you. But that's okay. And then the other question was, Ellen said that she had a question about positioning untwisted skeins on her yarn, untwisted skeins of yarn on her Swift to wind it. She's got one of the Amish style Swifts with the crossed wooden arms and pegs. And what we were saying, the most important thing is make sure you have the right tension when you're stretching your yarn out. You want it as tight as possible.
Yeah.
So we are having technical issues with our camera and the card, and we're going to hope that this continues going.
Yeah.
All right.
Just annoying.
So,
Especially
Swift.
when you don't understand
Yeah, no, we don't.
technology enough to know what the hell's going on. But anyway, we'll start at the beginning of the Swift question.
Okay, so Ellen wanted to know whether there was a trick to winding yarn on a Swift. She has the Amish crossed arms Swift, which is what we have with the pegs. And Ellen, our main suggestion to you is make sure you have enough tension. You want these skein to be as tight as possible. My other suggestion would be to we try not to take out too many of the ties, so make sure that all the yarn is lined up correctly. Don't take off the ties until you put it on the Swift first. Am I making sense?
No.
Okay, so here is a skein of yarn, okay? And the mill puts ties in periodically throughout to make sure that it doesn't get all jangled together. Okay?
And what happens is sometimes,
Like
See
one or
here.
two threads will come down like this and be down here. And then when you're trying to use the Swift, all of a sudden you're going one way, and then it wants you to go the other way, and it just gets all very confused.
so what Maribethe's talking about is, see the I'm hoping you can see this. So these two strands here are, you can see at the tie that they're going the wrong way because they're going over the tie. So if you get them going the right way, then your tie, there are no loose threads from the tie. So you know everything's going the right way, and you can put it on the Swift that way. And that is key. Then getting it on as tight as possible. And what we were saying is all your pegs, if it's tight in every peg being in the second hole from the back, but you can get it tighter by moving just one peg to the last hole, do that. It's okay that it's not symmetrical. Just get it as tight as you possibly can, because especially on the Amish style ones, if it's not tight enough, they're gonna, as you're twisting, the strands especially with fingering, they're gonna move up the peg and jump off the peg, and you're not gonna realize it because it's going around so fast until it's just
A mess.
a mess. And then the other thing is when you get it on the Swift and you cut your ties and you have your the end that you're going to start with. Make sure that to unwind it a little bit before you attach it to the cake winder, to make sure that all of the strands are on the outside of the skein of yarn, because sometimes it'll start on the outside but then it'll twist under to the back, and that'll cause you headaches too.
Yeah.
Generally, the headache that causes is that you get to the point where it's gone underneath and your Swift goes shooting across the table because everything stops.
Right.
And you can usually pull it, but sometimes it gets tangled. So really, it's...
And when you untwist, you take it out of the twist that it comes in, we just go like that to make sure that everything's all right. You can take it by one tie like this and another tie like that, and as long as there's nothing hanging down, you're good.
All your strands are in the right...
They're all aligned, and then you can just start...
and then what I do is when I'm doing...
You are gonna punch me in the face!
That helps you make sure that everything's straight. Because sometimes, it'll twist a little bit so that it's... But you want to make sure the strands are all going the same way. I hope that makes...
And it hasn't made you more confused.
Right.
Okay. All right.
When we clean up our twisting area, maybe we'll do a video just to show.
Okay. We have a whole bunch of these. Maybe we'll do a video at some point.
Don't hold your breath.
Right. Hopefully we'll remember. Somebody asked us today, or from yesterday, what kind of Swift we have.
It's the Amish Swift from Amazon. It comes in a small box in 20 pieces or whatever.
Yeah.
It is not the greatest Swift in the world.
But it's
better than the metal umbrella one we had before. So I'll take the Amish one hands down over any of the metal back of the chair
We keep our Swifts. We have two of them because very often we're both working from a Swift. But we keep them out pretty much all the time. However, what I really like is if somebody's coming down and we want to put them away, I can take them apart and put them away in a very small space. So also down to nothing.
In our climate, anything metal pits and rusts very, very, very quickly. So wood is good.
Wood is always good. Okay, so questions from today. Madeline said, or from yesterday's video, Madeline said that she'd love to see more of New Jersey. Funny story, they were on their way to New Hampshire at 3 a.m. a few years ago. The minute they hit the New Jersey Turnpike, they were overwhelmed by the odor of skunk, and it lasted all the way through the Turnpike and the Garden State Parkway. It was impressive.
I think you hit a skunk.
That and...
That or it's the garbage.
It's, even our skunks are nuclear. However, as far as driving through New Jersey, the New Jersey State Turnpike, or the New Jersey Turnpike goes through the more urban areas. The Parkway...
Well, not so much the urban as the industrial.
Industrial, that's the one I wanted. Okay, so we really love the Tiny Chef, and we were working on Saturday, and Amanda, sister number 3, all of a sudden started sending us text messages that she was downloading ringtones from the Tiny Chef, and then we had to go do it. Anyway, the Parkway is one of the most beautiful roads to drive.
Yeah.
I love the Parkway.
Especially south of the... Not especially. In particular, south of the Raritan Bridge. So, south of 129 on the Parkway is gorgeous.
Yeah.
North
is
it's nice,
too.
but it's just it's much more populated.
It is much more populated. However, you're driving and you've
the
got
traffic
these gorgeous trees and the wildflowers growing on the side of the road. I love it. All right. Georgianne says that she loves the idea of cotton-eyed toad. Can we see some comparisons to see how it looks different in your other yarns? Coming.
Yes, we only dyed it in a couple skeins to begin with, so we have to dye it up. So just give us...
It will be...
We're regrouping and reassessing the whole yarn situation. We have holes in colors, and we just need to stock everything back up again.
Right. Pam Henley says that she hasn't heard about Carvel ice cream for years. Okay, so we used to have a little Carvel store in Montclair where we grew up, and for our birthdays, we would give Carvel ice cream cakes. And the guy who did it was amazing.
He was such
at taking the illustrations that you wanted or the pictures that you wanted and putting it
and
onto
doing
a
it,
cake.
and it was doing. It's not like cake decorating now. He was using the gel, icings or whatever, to do the cakes, and we would bring him any picture, and he would do it, and it was just he was brilliant.
I had one where a friend of mine drew a googly monster, and we took that to him, and he put that on a cake for me.
There was an illustration from a Christmas book. I can't even remember, but I can see the cat, and he got her spot on.
Yeah.
There was it's Rudolph, stupid. Right. There was a year where one of our brothers, they were both very young, but it was his birthday, and it was a surprise what his cake was going to be, and the youngest brother was not thrilled that it wasn't his birthday.
He was at the age, he was what, 3?
Maybe
4?
I mean, he could barely go up the stairs. And my grandmother's like, oh, what do you think's on your cake? And, the birthday boy's like, oh, I don't know. It's a surprise. And John was just so upset. He goes stamping up the stairs. It's Rudolph, stupid!
It's when they're really little and they just don't understand that it's not their birthday too, and the next one up is getting all the things that they really want. He was having such a bad day. So,
anytime Rudolph comes up in the family, it's Rudolph, stupid! Anyway,
Mimi says, can you do a vlog showing all your colorways?
Again,
when we fill in.
However, if you want to see one previously, I'll link to it down below. But the video we did for Maryland Sheep and Wool was a pretty good
and we just did that
overview
at the beginning of May. Yeah. So that is very current.
As we fill in colors, we're going to be adding new colors because we have plans.
Yeah.
We will do it again.
And Michaela wants to know, how long are you going to keep Cinderella and Bippity Boppity in the shop?
Forever and ever and ever.
Okay.
Or, for a while now.
For quite a while, because they're colors that we adore.
Yeah.
So they will be staying for quite a while.
As long as people buy them, they will stay in the shop.
And, we've added things back in. And we're going to be adding more things back in, so colors never really go away. And if there's a color that you want, just let us know. Other than Christmas at the Hollow, because you guys have let us know about that already. But we'll try and bring it back if we can.
Yeah.
All right. So we were going to show some updates on our cross stitching, and just touch briefly on what we did yesterday, because we did all our errands yesterday.
Yes, we did not dye, which is why I'm dressed in the same outfit as I was wearing yesterday.
Yeah. So we went out to the farm stand.
Right. So we got
Lots of good fruit.
Fruit and veg, and then
some rolls. Oh my god. Do you know snowflake rolls? Are they only in our area? I don't know.
Yeah, because we were talking to somebody, actually, Heather just didn't even know. It's just a round Kaiser roll with flour on top.
It does
so
with
like
flour,
a snowflake, but it's soft and squishy. It has to be soft. A Kaiser has got a harder crust.
Right.
This has just got a soft crust, and it's just a round, squishy, small roll.
We had sandwiches with them last night.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. They were so good.
But we got a new hydrangea bush.
Yeah.
We got some herbs.
And we got a pink flamingo to put in our Alice garden because, really,
a nice tall metal
pink flamingo. So I'm trying to find the old croquet set because the flamingos play croquet in Alice. So I want to have the flamingo out with a croquet set. He may be kicking a croquet ball. I also thought it would be kind of cool to set up the wickets and everything and have like a croquet court going across the dunes on top.
Yeah.
We got some catmint to put in. We have a spot out front that we're going to put catmint. So we got a couple of big bushes of catmint that I'm very excited about. So yeah, we got some good food, good stuff.
We spent 2.5 hours with AT&T. Always fun. Left with nothing. Except a giant hole in my bank account.
We need to replace iPads.
Devices need replacing.
Yeah.
And they're finally open, so.
Right. So we had to take care of that.
That was fun.
So we did that. And then we wound up at the mart. just never.
Especially having already spent 2.5 hours with AT&T.
Never the best idea to go into the mart either really hungry or really tired.
There's both.
It will set you off. And you will come out with things that you don't want, you don't need, and you're just
Cranky.
like, just put it in the cart. I don't even care.
And
Do you want this color? No. Just put it in the cart. Just get them all.
And then we get to the checkout line, and the lady's like, she's like, excuse me, we normally don't let, and she didn't even finish. She's like, oh, okay, no, you guys are okay. And I think she just like, so, okay, they're going to murder me. We'll just let them go. And what she was trying to say was, you have too much in your cart to be able to go through the self-checkout. And there was nobody else there.
Right, and besides, we had another cart. That I think the big thing is they want to make sure that you don't miss anything. And when she saw that we were going from one cart to another, we would scan it and then put it in the second cart. Somebody was pointing out that we left them alone all day yesterday.
And I'm very bad at ignoring him to make him stop.
Anyway, we made it home safely.
Yes.
It was okay. So we got lots of stuff that we needed. And part of the thing is, you don't go for 4 weeks and then all of a sudden it's like all the things that you need. You have this great big long list of things that you need that normally you would just be getting every week. So.
And also, when we were at the farm stand, she's like, oh, you guys did very well. I'm like, yeah, I haven't been out of the house in 3 months.
Yeah. And I mean, you guys have got gorgeous fruit and vegetables.
Yeah.
We got some really good stuff. All right. So, shall we show quickly 2 things?
Sure. I have 2 things.
Two things. All right. Go ahead. Why don't you start?
Okay. So this week I have picked up my cross stitch again, which I really, really enjoy. Construction.
Yeah, I think they're putting in. They're
putting the pilings in.
Yeah, they went by with more pilings.
So I am working on this is my Heaven and Earth Designs A Stitch in Time.
So when you hear us say Hades, for people who are not cross stitchers, this is
Richard Stone. I'm waiting for it to go off again.
sorry, the family's responding, and it's just tiny chef.
I have assigned my family all different Chinese chef ringtones.
Oh my god. Anyway, so when we refer to Hades, for those of you that are not cross stitchers, Hade is Heaven and Earth Designs, and they are a full coverage, like epic.
This is. I have started in this corner. And
can you get a little closer? Okay, I'm gonna push you. Good, that's good. I think that's good. Okay.
so that is as far as I've gotten.
It is this tiny little corner right there.
It looks like nothing, but I'm very excited for it to start to look like something. And I started doing it in the morning,
Right.
where I'm just sitting. I have it up on my iPad, in the Good Notes app. I have no other distractions. I'm not trying to watch TV or whatever, and it's just so.
And there's no
nice
pressure on top of you or
and
anything like that.
relaxing.
And you can just have your tea and have your Hade.
And I'm looking out at the birds. It was the 2 times I've worked on it. It's just been perfect. So.
By the way, Helen has named our ducks. They are now Wesley and Buttercup. So when
There
you
were
hear
pictures at the front of the video of Wesley and Buttercup.
you will when we start referring to Wesley and Buttercup, you now know who we're talking about. Helen has also researched it. We have to go get them grapes
And lettuce.
and lettuce because they like grapes and lettuce.
So,
That is absolutely beautiful.
what? Hello, Walter.
All right. So my Stitch Mania that is now Stitch Junia. And for those of you that are wondering, Junomia has been pushed off. Junomia will now be taking...
Fallnomia.
Yep, Fallnomia, because we just didn't get anything together in time. But here we go. I started for Stitch Junia. I am doing Miss Linen by the Primitive Hair. And I have
Look
gotten,
how much you got done.
yeah, I've gotten a part of one side of her dress done. Okay, so there's a break here, right there, where it's not stitched. That's because I counted up. Her dress starts to go in. You can see how it's angling in there. So I went to the part where it just starts. That's the line before where it starts going in. So I knew that all this was just fill in. So I've just been filling my way up to it.
She's so much smaller than I expect.
I know she really is. But that's okay because
No, it's fine.
it's going to be
Yeah.
perfect for
a quick stitch.
Yeah, it's well. Okay.
Well, you know.
In reference.
Okay. It's gonna be a quick stitch.
Not all of us are doing Hades. Anyway, I changed the colors completely. I am going much brighter, as you can see. So that's the way it looks right now. I love it. I think it's...
And you're leaving her white.
yes, I think she's going to be white with black
Okay.
markings. That's where I am with her. And again, a little bit in the morning. It's wonderful.
And then my other thing that I am determined to finish soon is my Spring Moon by Alessandra Adelaide. That's the pattern.
Want me to hold the bag?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
So that is the Spring Moon so far.
So you are down
I am just coming up right.
there.
Yeah, this moon here.
This moon there. Okay.
Yeah. So right here.
Oh, you just finished it. Okay.
Yeah, I'm coming.
So,
I have to do the top of it still, but
so she is right, that little green piece right there, and then coming up like that. You really are so close to being
Yeah.
done. Wow.
so it's like a knitting, you know, where you just have to finish the sleeve or whatever, and you're done. That's about as far as I am, and oh my god, I love it so much.
It is gorgeous. Gonna have to decide what we do with it.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking I might embroider a quote here.
Okay.
I don't know what yet. But I may not. I don't know. I'm going to make it a pillow.
Somebody put up. She did it. She has a pillow that she does. She brings it out every summer. It's an Emerson quote.
Okay.
And I saw it and I just fell in love with it. It's live in the sunshine, swim in the sea, drink the wild air. I love drink the wild air.
Oh, that's great.
Not live in the sunshine because this is a movie.
Yeah.
But I thought, drink the wild air
Yeah,
with the
that's cool.
moonlight and
Yeah.
everything. That might be cool.
Yeah.
That's just, I thought drink the wild air is just awesome.
Yeah, that's very cool. So, Spring Moon and my Hade. And then the one other thing that I really want to get going is my suffragette project. Because to me, the most important thing coming out of 2020 is in November. So I want to have my suffragette done.
Besides, it's 100th anniversary.
Yeah.
All right. I pulled out my Bloomtopia that I'm working on this because they just finished. It ended June 1st.
Well, I mean, you're closer than we usually are on these things.
I'm working on part 5 out of 12, but hey,
But they're small parts.
They are small parts. The last time I was doing this, I needed to pull some stuff out because I was working on this little pinwheel flower down here, and the peach part was one row of stitches over. And I was playing around with, do I take it out? Do I leave it in? Is it really going to bother me? And it has these blue stitches that are in between the peach petals that would then be off. So I decided the best thing to do was to take it out, restitch it. It was just this bottom one, so it really didn't take terribly long. So what I've gotten done is I took that out, redid it in the right spot, put in the blue, put in the green stem. And I think now I am ready to move on to part 6.
Okay.
So that's, yeah, I'm pretty sure. Oh, no, wait. Evidently there are 2 parts of 5, so I may have to... No. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure. I'll look at the pattern and see.
We are dyeing this morning, and then we get the afternoon for stitching.
So I'm going to figure out what I'm doing.
So,
But I will be adding to that too, because as Helen said, each of the pieces is relatively small, so that I can get some stuff done and feel really accomplished.
yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, I did want to say about the Triwizard Tournament. Welcome to all the new people who have come and joined our Facebook group. I will again put the link down below in case you missed it yesterday. So a lot of what's the community is working in the Facebook group or the Ravelry group. I will link actually both of them. And in the Ravelry group in particular, with the knitted hat, there's a section for the NB1. And people have been going back and forth explaining it or asking questions to clarify that whole thing. So before you get to it, if you want to go to the Ravelry group and just read up on it, everybody's helping each other out with that particular part of the hat. So
Also, Darcy already finished hers in the Facebook group too, so that she said if you have any questions, reach out to her because she will be more than happy to help everybody.
And Heather has finished the crochet version because she just whipped it up last night. Literally, we were talking to her at 9:30 last night. By 6 a.m. this morning, there's a picture on Facebook of her finished. So, A, not very fond of you right now, Heather. B, she says very kindly, if you have any questions, she's an accomplished crocheter, you can go to the Facebook group and she'll be more than happy to help anybody. So now that she's gone through it, she can give you tips or whatever.
Right. So anybody who's crocheting who has any questions, it's Heather Brady Miller, and she has offered to help anybody who needs it.
Right.
So just reach out to her. Okay.
Yeah.
I think that does it, right?
I think so.
All right. I think we are on our way to hit the dye pots. We are finishing up some orders, getting them out, and then, as Helen said, this afternoon is ours.
Yep.
So the sun is shining. It's a beautiful day. Let's get some stuff done.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Have a great day, everybody.
Enjoy. Bye.